Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Meaning, a long, long time ago, God made everything. He made the sky, the stars, the sun, the moon, and the earth, where we live. Genesis 1:2, now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Meaning, at first, the world was all dark, like when you close your eyes, and nothing was there yet. But God was there, watching and ready to make it beautiful. Genesis 1:3, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Meaning, God said, "Let there be light," just like turning on a lamp, and suddenly there was light everywhere. Genesis 1:4, God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. Meaning, God liked the light He made, so He kept it and made it separate from the darkness, so we could have times with light, day, and times without light, night. Genesis 1:5, God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Meaning, God named the light day, and the darkness night. This made the very first day ever. Genesis 1-6. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." Meaning, God wanted to make the sky. He put some water up high in the sky, like clouds, and some down low, like oceans and lakes. Genesis 1:7. So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was so. Meaning, God made the sky and put it between the waters above, clouds, and below, oceans. He was making everything just right. Genesis 1:8. God called the vault sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. Meaning, God called this big space sky. Now we had the sky above us, which made the second day. Genesis 1:9. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear." And it was so. Meaning, God told the water to come together so that dry land could show up. Imagine the ocean moving aside so you could see the sand and land. Genesis 1:10. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters He called seas. And God saw that it was good. Meaning, God named the dry parts land and the wet parts seas. He looked at what He made and thought it was really good. Genesis 1:11. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. Meaning, God made the land grow plants, trees, and flowers. He wanted everything to have seeds so new plants and trees could keep growing. Genesis 1:12. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Meaning, the land did just what God said, and all kinds of plants and trees grew. God liked what He saw. Genesis 1:13. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. Meaning, that was the end of the third day, with plants, trees, land, and seas all made. Genesis 1:14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times, and days and years." Meaning, God wanted to put lights in the sky to help us know when it's day or night, and to keep track of time, like how many days make a year. Genesis 1:15. And let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth. And it was so. Meaning, these lights were there to shine on the earth, making it bright and beautiful. Genesis 1:16. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. Meaning, God made the sun to light up the day and the moon to light up the night, along with all the stars that twinkle in the sky. Genesis 1:17. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, meaning God put the sun, moon, and stars in the sky so they would shine down and light up the world. Genesis 1:18. To govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. Meaning, the sun, moon, and stars were there to keep day and night going. God liked what He made because it was working perfectly. Genesis 1:19. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. Meaning, that was the end of the fourth day. Now the sky had the sun, moon, and stars. Genesis 1:20. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." Meaning, God decided it was time for animals. He made all sorts of fish to swim in the water and birds to fly in the sky. Genesis 1:21. So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Meaning, God made big and little sea creatures and all kinds of birds. He looked at them and was happy with what He made. Genesis 1:22. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." Meaning, God told the fish and birds to have lots of babies, so there would be many of them everywhere in the water and sky. Genesis 1:23. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. Meaning, that was the end of the fifth day, with lots of fish swimming and birds flying. Genesis 1:24. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. Meaning, God made animals that live on land, like cows, lions, and even little creatures like ants. He made sure everything was just right. Genesis 1:25. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Meaning, God created all the land animals, from big ones like elephants to small ones like mice. He was pleased with how they turned out. Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." Meaning, God wanted to make people who were special, like Him in many ways. He wanted people to take care of the earth and all the animals. Genesis 1:27. So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. Meaning, God made people, boys and girls, to be special, like Him. We are made to love, be kind, and be good, just like God. Genesis 1:28. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Meaning, God told people to have families, spread out all over the world, and take care of everything: plants, animals, and the earth. Genesis 1:29. Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food." Meaning, God gave all the fruits, vegetables, and plants to people to eat. He made sure there was enough food for everyone. Genesis 1:30. And to all the beasts of the earth and all the birds in the sky and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. Meaning, God also made sure that every animal had something to eat, like grass and plants. He wanted everything to have enough food. Genesis 1:31. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. Meaning, God looked at everything he made, light, sky, land, seas, plants, animals, and people, and thought it was all really, really good. That was the end of the sixth day.